Well, hello there, thanks for playing World of Tanks and thanks for checking out this World of Tanks video. Been kind of dissatisfied with the other two videos that I've put out on the Ragnarok so far, claiming to be Ragnarok tank reviews, and they've more or less turned into be discussions of the gameplay. I wanted to give my sense of the vehicle and also do my best to speak to whether or not I think that this vehicle is worth a purchase right now, at least for the rest of today. I think by the time this comes up on the internet it probably won't be available anymore. So it's kind of a look back, at least at the first available purchase of it, especially in light of what they've done with the black tanks being here and there, off and on, available through the trade-in program. My suspicion is that at some point in the future, in some facet or other, some form or other, each of these red tanks and all of the red tanks, collectively as premium tanks, my suspicion is that eventually they will be, again, available for purchase in the future. This is kind of a look back and perhaps more relevant in the future as folks are considering the future opportunities that they have to invest in this tank, whether by trade-in or by purchase. I'm not really going to speak to the other two red tanks. This is going to be about the Ragnarok. I did buy the Ragnarok at the just normal blanket value here that they have as a single vehicle here around Thanksgiving of 2019, I guess it would be. Not really interested in the other two, the Hydra or the Minotaur. I'm not going to ever get those. So to me, generally speaking, I want to say that I do find value in premium vehicles. I like them, I have a lot of them, I play a lot of them, I will buy them here and there. I do my best to specifically pay money for the select vehicles that I'm really interested in. I don't like to spend a lot of money on this game generally, and I don't like to spend a lot of money on video game tanks a lot generally. But I have purchased a lot. So for example, I don't really, I've purchased one high number vehicle bundle and one or two like pairs. Otherwise I tend to buy my vehicles in the 50% off singles. Occasionally I'll do like a 30% off if it's a vehicle that I've been wanting for a while or something like that. I think that this one, generally speaking, is good. Let me kind of speak to that. It's a fun tank to play. I like medium tanks. This one's a medium. I like mobile tanks. This one is actually pretty mobile. The whole traverse is not amazing. It's really right in the middle. It's really just an average whole traverse. It's one of those things that you can kind of address with the whole traverse skill. I'm not recalling what that is at the moment. Clutch braking, that's what it is. You can kind of address it with that. My suspicion also is that either the vents, the brothers in arms, or both also speaks to or addresses, improves whole traverse. The turret traverse is a little bit poor. Again, it's not that bad, and you can kind of, it's not just completely abysmally off the charts low. It is more just kind of a touch slow. Again, you can kind of get used to it, anticipate it. This vehicle, it's more about anticipation as much as anything else in terms of playing it well. You do have 3 rounds that are powerful for a tier 8 medium. You do have a long reload in between each clip. You do want to keep rounds loaded up as much as possible, and that's not always easy. The view range is a little bit low, so you'd want to use equipment probably and skills and perks and stuff to address the low view range or the poor view range of the vehicle. I think that it has a lot of value on the Czech tech tree family of trees. I'm not really interested in like the Skoda that they have out for tier 6. I don't think it's a good vehicle. I would not want to have it in my garage, or at least not spend any kind of money or resources of mine on it. If I had it, sure, I'd probably play it here and there, but I'm not going to invest any kind of resources of mine into getting it, into having access to it, primarily because I think the gun is really bad. And especially in terms of the stuff like accuracy, stuff like aim time, the reticle bloom when you're moving around. I think that all seems really poor to me. I haven't played it, I have watched some videos on it and stuff like that. And again, that's the tier 6. This one, by contrast, at tier 8. First of all, it's tier 8. That's better. It has these red tanks 75% silver bonus. That's turned out to be just really impressive. What else was I gonna say here? I think the gun on this one is actually quite manageable. It's just fine close range. It's pretty good medium range, and I don't really consider it to be a long range sniper kind of a vehicle. As you're doing that, you can kind of get by, especially if you're using your black rounds, APCR. With the auto loader, this vehicle is probably at its best more medium or close range than it is like long range. I think I want to say if you're on the fence about this vehicle, and otherwise you're open to the possibility of it being a vehicle worth buying, I would say that in my mind it is in that edge of worth buying. You know, it's not you're not gonna. I don't think that most people who are kind of, yeah, I kind of want it, I'm not sure if I want to spend the money or not. I think most people kind of with that mindset, if they actually should go ahead and spend the money, if they actually go ahead and buy it, I think that they will be satisfied. I think that they will be happy. I think they will have lots of fun with it. I think they will be very glad that they did make the purchase. I can say that I am. I can say that I have been. It's fun. It makes lots of silver. So today is the last day of the current +1-1 matchmaking event, and it also uses the loaded dice for this current week. I think today's the last day, so I have not had to play this outside of that context. I have not had to play it within any matches that involve tier 10 vehicles. I've always been either high tier or in matches with tier 9 vehicles. And I've always, to this point, only played it with the loaded dice. And actually, I've come to like both of those, the loaded dice. With that going away, part of what that will involve is that the shots from this and all vehicles will, their penetration will be a little bit a little more hit and miss than it already is, than it is with the loaded dice. There's a random factor there that impacts whether or not a particular round penetrates. To my mind, that generally makes the game a little bit tougher. With the loaded dice, it's more about skill and less about chance, more about positioning your vehicle, and less about you got the bad end of that roll, and so you don't get the penetration, lose that round effectively. If you're just not into buying premium tanks, of course, I wouldn't recommend buying this premium tank. If you just don't really like medium premium tanks or something like that, this isn't for you. Hey guys, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this. Consider liking or subscribing. Otherwise, thanks for taking a look at this World of Tanks video, and thanks for playing World of Tanks.